assumed.
Ultima 1.
Having trouble, as usual. Other two dudes? Oh. What do you mean, other two dudes? Oh. Are you talking about how I had a suggested stream up? Check, check. I just got on. This is the first time I've been on all day. Five viewers. All right, we need to get going. Two guys and a girl. It was probably a suggested stream. Oh wait, you mean like what do you mean? Like with you in the room talking? The girl is my girlfriend. The two guys, let's see. There we go. Oh, well that's my language. I cross stream that. That's not my thing. I mean, it is my thing, but I post it here as well. That's on Mondays. That's my actual like thing that I hope to make some money off of. Anyway, we're gonna start with this, I guess.
Welcome back to Classic Game Sessions.
What is
I'm
this?
Jeff, and I'm bringing you an evolution video of the open world fantasy role-playing series Ultima. Akalabeth, World of Doom,
A Calabeth.
1979.
A Calabeth. 1979.
Ultima 1, The First Age of Darkness, 1981.
Boy, this is bad. This did not age well, did it? Yeah, I don't want to go back this far.
Ultima 2, The Revenge of the Enchantress, 1982.
Oh, is this happening already? No, Kira, maybe they had a stream today. Was this today? Well, I guess Jason forgot that it was streaming.
Ultima 3, Exodus, 1983.
Doesn't look like a whole lot of progress is made. Oh well, we have the sound. Music. Ugh. No, Kira, Laura. No, 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 no. The girl was Elena. And no, she's not. No, no. They're students.
Ultima, Escape from Mount Drash, 1983.
Oh my. I didn't know this existed. Ugh. Ugh. No.
Ultima 4, Quest
The
of
day
the
before
Avatar,
yesterday, there was
1985.
no... The guy was Jason. And then I was there too, with the hat on. I cross-streamed that. That's not... I streamed that to more than one place. Like I streamed this to more than one place. That sounds
Ultima
like
5, Warriors of Destiny, 1988.
Okay, we're getting closer. 1988. I'm 5 now. 4. You can't hear or see. I can't see myself, that's true. You should be able to hear me though. Check, check. Oh, maybe you can't hear me over the thing. I'm glad you think I'm so pretty. Because you're in the same room? No, she is not. No, she is not. Nope, she is at her own house. Let's see. This is the one before the one we're getting ready to play. This
Ultima
is my favorite.
6, The False Prophet, 1990.
Look at the change. Big change. This is the grandfather of modern RPGs, pretty much. Are you going to show us anything? Alright, why don't you move? Okay, whatever.
Worlds of Ultima, The Savage Empire, 1990.
Cran really likes this game. Lots of people really like this game. done with the same engine as 6, I think. They showed you a lot more on this than the other one.
Ultima, Worlds of Adventure 2, Martian Dreams, 1991.
Oh, that's right. This is after. This is in the same engine I was thinking of. Freud. Guten Tag, Schnage.
Ultima, Runes of Virtue, 1991.
Is this on a Game Boy? What is this? Game Boy Color? No, it has to be a Game Boy. Or Nintendo.
Ultima 7, The Blackgate,
This
1992.
is the most famous one. This was the first great RPG, really. But I wish they would show you more action-y things. See blood, dismemberment, little kid's nightmare.
Ultima Underworld, The Stygian Abyss, 1992.
I think Doom had come out at this point. So they were playing around with answering Doom. Thanks for your compliment. Appreciate it. Okay. So this is 1985 to 1999.
Ultima 7 Part 2, Serpent Isle, 1993.
Those are supposed to be birds. One of the most famous songs.
Ultima Underworld 2, Labyrinth of Worlds, 1993.
A little bit better. Music, not so much. Love you too, Massive. It's kind of catchy.
Ultima, Runes of Virtue 2, 1993.
Game Boy and Super Nintendo, huh? See, I missed this. I didn't even know this exists. This existed. Finally, we see some combat. Boy, it looks different.
Ultima 8, Pagan, 1994.
Okay. I remember this. Not the best game.
Ultima 9, Ascension, 1999.
Did not do very well either. Wow, that's slow moving.
Compassion be with you.
Okay. Interesting.
Ultima 5, Lazarus, 2005.
Oh, they're doing that. This is a Oh, they put. I didn't know this existed either. Unless it was a mod. No, this is a mod. This is a Dungeon Siege game or something, right?
Lord of Ultima, 2010.
That's right. I remember this. A building game? This is like World of Warcraft or Warcraft with an Ultima skin on it.
Ultima Forever, Quest for the Avatar, 2012.
Yeah, this didn't do well either. Ultima Forever is not forever.
Underworld Ascendant, 2018.
Oh, I remember this too. This didn't do well either. This isn't strictly an Ultima game, but it's made by the same people that did the Underworld Ascension, Underworld games. Tried to make it modern. Boy, that looks terrible. Okay. Let's see if we can get another, Oh, that's Ultima 4. Analysis of an RPG masterpiece. By Gerard Great. 2.02 thousand subscribers. The first true philosophical game ever made. What should I, let's see. Complete review series. Oh, okay. Um, hmm. Oh, there I am. Oh, geez. Better find something to do quick. All right, let's do something with. I was hoping somebody would be here to help me out, but I guess they're not. I guess they're not. Let's see. Let's look at an Ultima 6 review or an Ultima 6 retrospective or something. Do they have it? A retrospective 2 hours and 15 minutes? We don't need to do that. Okay, Ultima 6, RPG that redefined a genre. An hour and 12 minutes. Who is this? Oh, this is the same guy.
Don't talk over the cutscene, please.
But I haven't.
Oh, they don't waste any time, huh? Just like the last time,
I
our
bet Crane
alter
knows
ego
this guy.
seems somewhat melancholy when not engaged in a brand new Ultima adventure. You have traded the Avatar's life of peril and adventure for the lonely serenity of a world at peace. But television Superman cannot take the place of friends who died at your side. His cravings are so severe that when he notices something as inconspicuous as a lightning strike, his first thought is this a sign from distant Britannia? Then again, this guy seems to have a peculiar mind.
Peculiar.
Like, seriously, I can't just ignore this. What the hell is with this poster on the wall? And why? Out of all the Ultima experiences he had, he chose to frame the most traumatic one.
As if you are in any position to judge someone's choice of framed artwork.
I guess not.
In addition to some
That is
rather
a good
cool
picture, at
VGA
least.
visuals and quite a moving score, this opening conveys so much information about the character in just a 30-second time frame. Specifically how he finds his real life shallow in comparison to a virtual one. And I mean, you can sort of see it, don't you? 2 titles prior, in search of entertainment, he unknowingly stumbled upon a life-changing experience that brought a sense of meaning and purpose in his life. Don't forget that the story of that game was philosophical in nature. The Avatar didn't receive his title for no reason. Real life, suddenly, as we've learned in the following game,
Can you
became shallow
understand?
and
Maybe I do need to put the subtitles on if you can't understand him. I can, but
dull in his altered perception. And not
but it's
because
weird
of
because it's
escapism, mind you.
words and words.
Considering what merely playing through Ultima 5 does to you, I'd have to imagine that actually living through it must have been quite traumatic. He seems to be rather well off in his apartment, so it's safe to assume that a dystopia that highlights some of the worst aspects of reality is not something he might want to escape to necessarily. The reason he craves that experience is because it just feels more fulfilling, meaningful, and truthful than his everyday life. Each time he finds himself back in the real world, he just can't find that meaning there.
Sounds familiar.
Something I find is somewhat relatable.
That is not the right takeaway from this.
How so?
The character is obviously exhibiting signs of mental illness or trauma. He doesn't seem to have any social life, with escapism being his only joy, through which he sublimates meaningful life.
Didn't realize you moonlight as a therapist, Seal.
You don't have to be one to see that there is something wrong with him, George.
Well, anyway.
After stepping through a suspicious-looking portal and being rescued by our friends Dupre, Yolo, and Shamino, we are thrown right into the
He said it right. He's clearly
heat
an
of
Ultima
battle.
fan.
I wish I had some time to
George.
adjust, thank you very much. I guess this should work. Huh. Would you look at that? A DOS game with a somewhat intuitive UI. Didn't think I'd see something more surreal today than a leather-bound zebra centaur with a bad attitude.
You are not going to let it go, are you?
I mean, look at it! What even is this? Why would you frame something this bizarre? But alright, after the battle's over, we now have to, and I want you to admire the friendly welcome we receive here, prove to Lord British, whom we've just saved from gargoyles, mind you, that we are who we appear to be, with a classic copy protection quiz. Of course, only a guy with a poster of an equine pop star would know what part of the tangle wine does put one to sleep.
Flower?
It is indeed thee, Georg. Take this key. Britannia is under attack by gargoyles, such as those thou just fought. Thus far they have mainly been attacking the shrines of the 8 virtues. Notice that the key words are now highlighted to make their identification easier, altering the dialogue experience from the puzzle solving of Ultima 4 to a more leisurely style of later RPGs.
I'm somewhat sorry to admit, but the moment I saw a word highlighted like that, there was an almost audible click in my head, as the Morrowind dialogues suddenly made a lot more sense.
Right.
It always baffled me how its
Right.
conversations were structured like Wikipedia articles. So, having experienced the evolution of dialogues from one Ultima to the next, I can now see
He
where
doesn't look that
Bethesda
young.
was drawing inspiration.
Yes,
The
of course.
underscoring isn't the only thing that's changed about those dialogues. Look at what happens when we leave the castle. A peasant runs up to us, initiates a dialogue, and starts waxing our ears off with positively insane claims, such as the ones that he is the very same Lord British we've just had a conversation with.
This encounter may not look like much today, compared to games like Baldur's Gate and Planescape, but, and I want to be clear on that, coming from Ultima 4 and 5, this encounter was so bizarre that I honestly didn't know whether to believe him or not.
You see, as good as Ultima 4's dialogues have been, they were vessels to convey themes and gameplay hints. Ultima 5 was a lot more story driven, but the NPCs were basically just there to deliver world building exposition. The NPCs served a function in those games. Even if they were to lie, there would usually be a clear reason for it, serving as some kind of a hint or other. So, when you stumble upon this guy that blatantly lies to you for absolutely no gameplay reason, it becomes emblematic of a shift in the purpose of dialogue.
Okay.
Believe it or not, the primary focus of this and all conversations in this game is to be entertaining. Even your party members chime in with their own 2 cents every once in a while, like in the Dragon Age and the like.
Right.
That is, to my mind, one of the greatest contributions of 6 to the series, the decision to prioritize the character of those characters over their utilitarian function as NPCs.
Just look
Okay.
at this dialogue with the sleepy looking Nema, for instance. It's completely unnecessary. She doesn't give you any vital hints or items. In fact, you
Did
can
he call it
easily
a
miss her
sleepy-looking
entire.
Namo?
Greatest contributions of 6
What?
to the series, the decision to prioritize the character
Did he
of
read
those
woman
characters
backwards?
over their utilitarian function as NPCs.
Just look at this dialogue with the sleepy looking Nema, for instance. It's completely unnecessary.
Nama.
She doesn't give you any vital hints or items. In fact, you can easily
Maybe
miss
that's
her
her name. It's
entirely
also
on your
woman
playthrough.
backwards.
But there is just
Namo.
so much charm in that little interaction. How, if you keep talking
Nema.
about her
There,
favorite
Nema.
topic,
Okay.
dreams, she eventually becomes so sleepy as
Nema.
to just doze
Nema.
off in the middle of the conversation.
That's right.
In the middle of the street.
I've forgotten
thing there aren't any
most
cars.
dialogues from 4 about a month after beating it. But I bet I'll remember moments like this when thinking back to this game.
There is a gypsy fortune teller named Pandora, to simply visit whom you have to make a conscious effort, and who solicits cash donations in between every other word of her reading. So much so that I've started to suspect foul play, but hers turns out to be the only accurate one in the game. Her shady character is further shaded when another quest brings you to her for questioning, and her evasive answers
Oh,
do
that's right.
shine a light on that
do remember that.
mysterious house for sale, with blood covering the bed sheets.
Not every NPC is a unique character full of entertaining dialogues like this, obviously. But about 98% of them are, which is something not even Fallouts can claim.
What do you mean? Of course Fallout has more text dedicated to conversations.
I mean, percentage-wise. There was a lot of NPCs in that game that didn't have a dialogue tree programmed onto them. But in 6, every single NPC has one.
I see. Some of them are rather bare bones, though.
One of my favorites is in the tavern from the village of Paws, with its kitchen positively crammed with cats, which doesn't seem
Positively.
alarming to its proprietor, the charismatic Dr. Cat, whose energetic, playful demeanor reads nothing like the shy, introverted lines of Nema or the somewhat threatening entitlement of Pandora. He even engages
Penumbra.
you in a counting game, the same one this guy from Strange Journey plays with you. Except Dr. Cat isn't as simple a fella here. He plays a couple rounds with you normally, letting you win some low betting games. But then he says, "Tell you what, I'm in a reckless mood. This time you can bet as much as you like." So naturally, like a proper fool, I naively bet all my savings, thinking that I got this guy covered, only for him to use an unbeatable strategy against me, essentially hustling me out of all my money.
I've noticed an alarming trend in your interactions with people. Explains a lot, to be honest.
Oh, don't give me that. I have already explained all this. It took me a while to start treating those NPCs as
We're not
well,
going to do this for 2
actual
hours, folks.
characters.
Right. Totally. Especially that part when you didn't save before gambling.
I just forgot. Happens to everybody.
Sure. And how are you going to get your money back now?
Well, as it happens, Dr. Cat mentions a book he'd like to get his hands on.
The Wizard
If
of
I
Oz.
bring it to him, I get a whole 300
Oh, no.
crowns. Same amount I lost, coincidentally. This is another notable contribution of Ultima 6. There is a number of those optional quests, like the cook Shubin that asks for dragon eggs to complete his magician's pastry. Or how about discovering the secret of the wisps, which, for reasons unbeknownst to me, makes me think of Star Control 2. The reward for which is not only the ability to learn the 8th level spells, but also the Armageddon spell, which is said
Don't do
to destroy all life forms in the
Right.
current realm. I get the feeling I probably shouldn't use it.
Glad to see your naivety has a line, at least.
I'll pretend I haven't heard it. So, optional side quests are my favorite thing about the whole genre. So I'm obviously quite thrilled to see a game that started it all.
I won't pretend I haven't heard it. Sorry to break it to you, but Pool of Radiance, for example, had side quests 2 years before Ultima 6.
Oh, let's pretend to... whatever.
But, I don't have this book right now. And I do need money. Getting here, I had taken note of some of the shops that sell items of no particular value to an adventurer, like wool, thread, grain, cloth, etc., indicating a trading mechanic, akin to Sid Meier's Pirates or Space Rangers. You can buy cloth for 15 crowns from a sewer and sell it for 20 to a tailor, for instance. Now, if you expect something as elaborate as Star Sector or X3, you'll be sorely disappointed. It's more basic than even the trading from Mount and Blade. Let me illustrate. You can buy flour in Paws for 4 crowns and sell it for 6 in Britain. Those prices are fixed and never change, which is part of the problem. This results in a short travel and the profit of 2 per rather weighty unit, so you won't be able to carry enough to make a meaningful amount. It's safe to assume that the longer the route, the greater the profit, so let's say buy wool,
I didn't
which
know
is
that
even
this was
heavier
here.
than flour, for 5 per unit at Maginsia, and then sail it all the way to Paws. Want to know what massive wages we shall gather? A profit of entirely 1 crown per unit. Just for perspective, I can get up to 150 crowns from killing a single low-level troll. As it turns out, the greatest profit can be gained from the very trade I had described first. Reselling cloths with a profit of 5 per very light unit. Filling your entire crew can earn you up to 180 gold per party member. Surely such great profit would warrant a long route, like going from Moonglow all the way to you. Not exactly. Well, it must be at least longer than the $1 route, right? No, it's shorter. Scarabria to Trinsic? Minak to Britain? You'd think that I'm dragging this segment out too
You
much.
really are.
Just say that it's Britain to pause and be done with it, George. Oh no, my friends. It's shorter than that. A lot shorter. In fact, let me just show you this route in its entirety.
Ha ha ha.
You buy cloth, walk across the street and sell it for the greatest profit in this entire game.
I'm not asking for a dynamic economy system here, just why not make it so that those items would be more expensive but require you to travel from town to town?
Because they were
The
trolling
amount of
you.
time you'd
That's
spend
why.
would be the same, but at least it would be more engaging. But anyway, I've made 1080 gold in 20 minutes, which is enough to buy 3 of the most expensive armor sets and enough food to not think about it ever again.
So yeah, the economy system of 6 is rather all over the place.
But trading is not why we're here. The dialogues, as we've established, are absolutely wonderful, full of charm and personality. And the same can be said about the quests. You might recall my disappointment at the somewhat lessened town solving of 5 compared to the 4th Ultima, so I'm happy to say that it comes back in full swing this time. Every town has a rune and mantra for you to find, and each of them is framed around a unique quest. In New Maginsia, to find the rune, you have to identify the humblest person in town. That humble competition is rather easy to figure out, for those hermits and farmers are positively trumping my expectations when it comes to humility.
Right.
Or how about Jellum? The rune served as a trophy in the Valor competition and has been awarded to No Man. Speaking to No Man, you discover that the rune was lost at a pub. Stolen, in fact, by a rat. This narrative is later confirmed by the people working there, who seem to be somewhat terrified of the rat in question. All attempts to confront the rat bring no results, for I can't seem to squeeze inside of his abode. So what do? We recruit the help of Sherry, the single most adorable
Oh.
little mouse I've
Oh, no,
ever
that's right.
seen. She literally becomes a party member, maintaining the proper squad formation as well as keeping watch during camping and stuff. Adorable. And now, in a Breath of Fire
Very
fashion,
fragile.
we unlock a previously blocked off area with her abilities.
While
Yeah, she can
Ultima
go into a
4
mouse
had a
hole.
very
That's what she had to
puzzle-oriented
do.
town solving, 6 is more about dialogues and characters. It's safe to say that the more recent RPGs followed the example of the latter rather than the former.
Just look at Scarabrai. As you enter the town, you are greeted by the mayor. He tells you that the rune was in possession of a recent murder victim, Quinton, who took the knowledge of its location to the grave. Gideon was the one tending the corpse, and he comments that there was an amulet clutched in the dead man's hand. Gideon gave
Well,
the
anyway,
amulet to
that's-
Yorl, who was the closest
We'll
friend
do that
of the
maybe
deceased.
sometime.
Yorl
Let's
then
do-
tells you
oh my
that
gosh.
he gave the amulet to the daughter of the murderer.
Also something called the Ultima Dragons, which is what I am in. I joined in college. Founded in 1992 on a Prodigy network. It even has a background MIDI download. How does it go? Windows Media Player Legacy. Oof. Hi, Frankie. Hi, little boy. So, oh, that's, yeah, okay, that's from Ultima 3. So, internet resources and links. Can we still join? Don't pick something that's been in Ultima. Dragon will automatically be appended. Mine was J Beck. J Beck Dragon. Now it's Ishel Dragon. So, okay. 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. And they have Ultima Online on it. And they use apostrophes instead. So here's an FAQ. This fact was written by Fallible Dragon. Made monomolecular, mono, monomolecular dragon, monomolecular, on the World Wide Web, right here. Yep. Okay. So these folks have been running around since 1995, and I joined in 2004, and they're good people, and they're still coming around. JBeck is about as creative as your Twitch handle. Yes. Yep. I was I was 18. Jesus. Uh, and I'm still there, and it's still active because they still come in here. Well, that's that. That's not much. It's just the really, really, really old, really, really, really old RPG. Um, so yeah. So what should we do now? Let's change this to Twitch, or I mean, let's change the. I'll change the Twitch stream. We're not doing Ultima anymore. In fact, let me restart. We'll go back to what we were doing after I get a drink. I will be right back. I am thirsty, but I will be back momentarily. Like maybe 5. Let me just put. No,